Hi, everybody. I'm Tim Estiloz, and I'm here with one of the stars of the great new and funny comedy, Werewolves Within, coming to a theater near you. And I'm speaking with Harvey Guillen. Harvey, it's a pleasure to talk with you.
Pleasure to talk to you. How are you?
I'm doing well. I have to tell you, this movie was so surprising and so funny. I was expecting your typical sort of horror film based on the title Werewolves Within, and it really threw me a curveball. How much fun was it for you to work on this project?
Fun doesn't even begin to describe it. It was so great. Just this ensemble, just from the first day on set and getting to know everybody, their personalities, we meshed so well. It was just like meeting an old friend or like family. It was a great experience, and everyone's so great at what they do. It's just like perfectly cast and so great. Great script, great ensemble, great crew. It was fantastic.
Now, I'm going to leave it up to you to describe this very quirky film. So clearly werewolves are in it, but there's a whole lot more to it. Give us an idea of what the story's about.
Yeah, it's basically about a small town where they just introduced the idea of a new pipeline going through it. And the small town's divided between voting against it or for it. And it really kind of shows that there's a little bit of a werewolf in all of us. You know, when given the choice, sometimes humans make the wrong choices. And it really plays out in different ways of social status and sexuality, with me and my partner being in a small town and how we're perceived, or maybe we think we're being perceived. And living in this town where everyone has a different reason for their choices, whether it be, again, economic or status or love. It's just what does it take for your own werewolf to come out? That's basically it.
You know, one of the many funny things about this film is that each of the characters, each of the ensemble has their own little particular quirk. They all seem to be a little bit off when you first meet them, as well as throughout the film. You know, when you were going through the casting process, were these characters strongly defined, or did you find your way as the process went on?
I think everyone came in with a really strong understanding of what these characters were. I remember having the first kind of read through and seeing what everyone was doing. Because, when you read something in your head, you're making that perception of that character. So you're like, oh, I wonder, this is how I would, think this character says this line or whatnot. And then when you see it unfold, you're like, oh, yeah, that's even better,
Mm-hmm. One of the things I enjoyed about it is that it seemed to be somewhat spontaneous, some of the moments, particularly when you were all sequestered in that house together and the events unfold. Was there a bit of improvisation allowed by the director?
Absolutely. He was so great. I mean, we have such an amazing script already. So the script, stands on its own as being great. But it's always nice as an actor to be given that little bit of liberty of like, how will the character say this line? Still saying, getting from A to B, but just say it in the way that you think the character would.
Yeah, I think with a horror film, you have the opportunity to maybe even tap into your little kid and have some fun with it, like Halloween. What was that like for you, if that pertain?
I think it's just fun to go to set every day and do what you love, period, getting to wake up and do that, but also to do it on a movie like this and a project like this. And this is a genre, again, that, the director loves. So it's always great to meet someone who is really passionate about that genre, because they won't let it fall at the wayside. It's just like, it's so, what they love, they live and breathe it.
Now, I wasn't aware going into this film that it's also based on a popular video game. Were you familiar with it, or are you a video game aficionado yourself?
I knew it was based on a video game, and that specific video game, Werewolves, is something that I hadn't played personally, but I had played the in-person rendition of it. When you can do it with people, it's the same rules and the same idea. So it was weird to play a character in a movie that was part of a game that you could play as a video game, and you can take the same rules and play it in person in a room.
Well, I want to thank you for spending time with me here. Great success with this film and your career. The film is Werewolves Within. Thank you very much, Harvey. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
We're probably just going to head out.
We'll just pull it.
That's right. We got it on our own. It's just hey, you go ahead, please. Don't spare me.
Oh, please don't. Oh, please.
Please don't bother the lock.
Me. I
Oh
couldn't
my
do that
goodness,
myself.
I could have gotten it.